Welcome back to the channel, viewers. I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic and wicked week. You find me today outside St John's Church where Kieran, the curate, is giving his last service. He will be emerging from that door behind me in a minute, so I thought we'd pop down here and see how he's getting on. Today's video is sponsored by Heart of the Tribe Gallery, where art meets community. More about that later.
But before he goes, we can't help but to think of the work that he's done with us and for us, and the vision that he has brought during his curacy here. And we should all be proud of being part of what Kieran has become. As Kieran said in his sermon, in his homily, I should say, that wasn't a sermon, that was a homily. In due time, somebody tell me the difference. I'm sure somebody will.
No one knows, it's an industry secret.
Excellent. During his time, he has learnt from us as well. And that's what about that sort of parish and the benefice is going to have to do in the forthcoming weeks, months and years. And so it is with pride, I think, we should send Kieran off from here. And because of that standing ovation you actually received, which I thought was amazing.
Deserved.
Well earned and deserved. And it was lovely. And I think that speaks volumes, much more than I can ever say. And so, with those thoughts in mind, the parish and the benefice have come together and are going to make a presentation to you, and I know you know what some of the things are, because it would be silly getting something as big if it wasn't something you wanted. So, we thought you'd like it, but anyways. So I know it's not a particular shock to Kieran, some of the things that he's about to receive, but they are given with love and with our gratitude for all the things that you have brought to us. And we will miss you, but the important thing is that you go forward in your faith and you give your gifts to your new parish. Thank you. The benefit comes up together, and I know Arthur has a few things, and our other church warden, Derek,
I'm here.
is here. Also has a little presentation.
I have a card here which people have been signing. If you haven't signed it and you want to, there is still room on it. So, but I'll give that to you, and perhaps we can leave it somewhere. Then we can make sure you. Shall I go on the next one?
Do you want to do that first, or let's do Derek first?
Okay.
Let's, yeah.
I've had the privilege of actually, I've only been church warden a short time. Sadly, I had to deal with three people who've been leaving. First it was David McGill, of course, then Margaret. And actually before that we lost three other clergy, Robin Ray and Michelle and Diana. So it's more people going and going. Nobody else can go.
Everybody's fixed now. You have to
But
stay.
we do wish Kieran all the best. I had the privilege of actually going around the town and going to some places where you could find nice pictures and getting these things for him. But he gave me some idea what he wanted. The joy was, wherever I went to two galleries, the people there immediately knew who I was talking about. They knew it was Kieran. You know, he's obviously made a great impression in our town, not just to us, but to the community outside. And we do thank you for that, Kieran. That really. Now I went to one, and they said to me, there's one person or one friend of Kieran's you must not forget. He is very special to Kieran, and you must not forget it. I'll speak fairly quickly, because that person has 4 legs.
Yes.
So they said to me, in fact, well, you're buying these lovely pictures, but you must think about Kieran's great friend.
Yeah.
So Ezekiel, there's a card, you'll have to explain this to him. There is a card hopefully suitable for him in here, and a small gift, which I hope it fits him. If it doesn't fit, come back to me and I'll go on to Amazon again. There we go. This is with our joy from the soup.
Ah, fab. Dinosaur bow tie for the smartest dressed dog in all Christendom.
Okay, Kieran, this is one of 3 gifts from
Oh,
the
God,
benefits. I think you know what it is, but it comes with all our love and all the best for the future.
You should leave more often. You could decorate the house.
Okay, see what we can. There's a bow around it. How am I ripping it? Who am I? The Hulk? Tend your own garden, Gemma. It's an abstract piece.
From the cardboard period.
The suspense. Right, I may need some. Oh wow.
Very nice.
Never forget Glastonbury now. Not that one can ever really forget Glastonbury.
You just need a very big vicarage to hang it in.
Very big vicarage. Oh well, or just a very, very overly crowded vicarage. That's fabulous. Thank you. Wow.
And one other. They're coming in buses, like your expenses.
Is this your wrapping, Arthur?
It isn't.
Exquisite wrapping, I must admit. Got a lot of time for a well-wrapped gift. I once got a gift from a friend who is here but will remain nameless. It was wrapped in newspaper. Poorly, might I add. I won't mention his name, but someone might. It might have been Kyle. I think it was Kyle. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's nice.
It looked like fish and chips. You know? Oh. Oh.
Yeah, okay. No, no.
Oh.
Oh, that'll certainly remind you of Dustin.
Oh yes. It's entitled Joyful Unity, which I think for Glastonbury is quite right. Oh, thank you. These are fab. Absolutely fabulous.
You're both are taken care of.
That's the final one, which I think you know what it is as well. The benefice was exceptionally generous, so apart from the 3 gifts, there is a cash sum to follow, which we will
Oh God. Okay.
pay over to you once we've decided what it is.
Once it's been
The,
initiated.
the donations greatly exceeded what we had planned, so I think a token how much you were loved in the benefice.
I can only say thank you. This is amazing. To be so generous. Fab.
keep going. Many layers.
Many layers, many layers. Oh, they're individually wrapped inside. I can tell you what these are. As many will know, for a curate, I'm pretty well kitted out when it comes to clobber. My mum, who is here, will tell you that I've always loved a bit of fancy dress. No surprise I became a priest, I think, in the end. But one thing I've never owned since being here, is my own set of oil stocks, the keeping of the holy oils to take to the sick and to the dying. And I've always had to borrow them from the parish, and I've just given them all back. And when I was first asked what I might want, I said, well, actually, there's only one thing I need. I've got all the dress you could want. I could put on an exceptionally camp theatre production with the amount of Nan's old curtains I've got hanging up in the cupboard. But something so simple but yet so holy is being with people at the very end of their life. And I know there's several people here for whom I have been at the very end of life with your loved ones, and to be able to take the holy oil that I might anoint them, and to know that these came from you, the final bit of priest kit I didn't have. So thank you for your generosity.
On behalf of the benefice of St John's, St Benedict's and St Mary's Mere, Kieran.
Thank you. I'm not going to talk for much longer because you've all been here for far too long.
Not as long as last night.
Big shout out to those who came to the Easter Vigil and then came to this. Absolute troopers. Extra points in heaven. No, we don't do that. We're Anglicans. We don't do that. Whole Reformation fought over that one. But when I was first looking at curacies, I was offered 5 different places because I'm a picky git. So most people get offered one, and I turned down quite a few because they weren't right. And I said, no, I don't want that one. That's not going to work. Who am I going to be in this little village? Who am I going to be in this town where nothing happens? And the diocesan director of ordination got very, very frustrated with me, as I'm sure all of you can appreciate. And she said, well, Kieran, I don't know what you want, because we're running out of parishes. We don't really have any parishes like that here in Bath and Wells. And I rather obstinately said, well, what about this, and this parish, and named 4 of them, one of which was Glastonbury. And they said, oh, well, we don't always send curates to Glastonbury.
We never get them back.
Say, Glastonbury can be a tricky place. And they said, it's a difficult place to work. And I said, don't worry, I reckon I got it. I know Glastonbury. I grew up in some nice parts of Bristol and some not so nice parts of Bristol. I reckon I've got it. And they said, oh, and I battered them down. And I came and I interviewed and I heard from lots of people here. Some had some really wonderful things to say and some had some real horror stories to tell me. And I accepted, and everyone kind of reluctantly went, okay, well, it's what he wants, let's let him have what he wants. And I sat here thinking, oh, bugger, what have I done? What have I done to myself? But I trusted that, if God can lead you to it, he can lead you through it. And there is something special here in Glastonbury and in Mere. This place is rich ground indeed for community, for faith, for spirituality, for friendship, for self-discovery. And I can only say how grateful and so glad I am that I said yes, and that I listened to that little voice that said, go on, do it. Because it has been an amazing adventure that I've shared with you. So thank you for sharing it with me. Thank you for helping me to become the person that God is calling me to be. And thank you for your part in that story. It will be really very challenging, I think, for any parish, any benefice to compare to this place. So thank you. You will be in my prayers in months and years to come. And my final point, if you've got a ticket to the Glastonbury Festival, see you there. Thank you. Sorry, before you go, my mum's here. They've heard lots about you in sermons.
I have been before. I just want to thank you all for looking after my baby.
Yeah.
He's a little love.
There we are.
It's been mainly a pleasure. I know not all the time.
Thank you, Mum.
So, welcome back, everybody. I am here with Kieran, who has now performed his last service at St John the Baptist here in Glastonbury. What a corker!
It was a banger.
It was a banger. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you, I've seen that chorus, the Alleluia chorus.
Hallelujah chorus, yes, by Handel.
I've heard that performed in 4 different cathedrals, one of which was Westminster. And I can tell you, the performance of that in here today was the best one I've ever heard. They blew it out
They
the water.
absolutely did.
Absolutely canned. It was brilliant. And you got a standing ovation, didn't you?
I did, which is very, very overwhelming.
Yes, it was a brilliant service. I didn't catch all of it because I was filming other things, but I crept in at the end and took communion, which was nice.
Very good.
But yeah, so what were your thoughts now? Now it's over. Because last time we spoke, it was going to be over.
Sure.
Now it is. What are your thoughts? How are you feeling?
Yeah, I think I'm slightly overwhelmed. I've just spent the last hour having people say goodbye to me and
Nice
wish
things
me
to
well,
you.
say lovely things, which is always very lovely. But though I'm a talker and a sociable person, I find that always a very kind of it's odd, isn't it? I'm quite out there, but actually I think there's a part of me that's quite shy. So I find that always to be difficult.
Yes.
But it's very wonderful and very beautiful to have people be so gorgeous and loving. But it also feels like, yes, it's done. We've done it, we've done our job, and we've handed back the keys. And in 2 days'
The
time...
place is a better place than when you got the keys as well, I think.
Well, I think I walk away feeling that I came here, I worked hard, I learnt to be in this community, and I feel that I've been very loved and accepted by the community, which I'm forever grateful for. So I feel that the bishop said at my signing off, when I was formally signed off from the curacy, and he says, right, yeah, you're ready to go.
Yeah.
He says, sounds like the curacy's done its work. You loved being there, and they've loved having you. So I think that's a great
Successful
testament.
story. Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you from me personally, being my friend while you've been here. I'll miss you. I will come and visit you. I would have come to your licensing service, but they're doing it on VE Day.
Yes, well, fitting in with Bishop's timetables is always challenging.
And obviously, I'm going to be here filming VE Day and doing all that thing. But I will come up and visit.
Yes, come see us in Putney.
Absolutely. But for now, thank you, friend.
Thank you, Gabriel.
And have a good future. Until we see you next time.
Till next time, bye-bye, Glastonbury.
The Heart of the Tribe Gallery is a community art gallery situated near the top of Glastonbury High Street. They host amazing exhibitions supporting local artists, and they have a beautiful secret garden out the back. So be sure to check them out and support local art.